Hi, it's Susan, and today's episode of The Meditative Shift, we're diving deep into the heart of self-care and its pivotal role in supporting protection for a clear and calm mindset. As we try to keep up with the speed of what's happening in the world, finding the time and space to prioritize our mental and emotional well-being doesn't exist, and if it does at times, it does seem to be overwhelming. You know, it's in these moments that the practice of self-care becomes not just beneficial, but essential. So today, I'll talk about 6 self-care practices to help your mindset, with topics on nourishing your gut, to the profound effects of quality sleep, and the power of physical movement and tranquility found in relaxation and meditation. We'll cover the spectrum of these practices that really cater to a holistic approach to wellness. The first self-care practice is to nourish a healthy gut. You've heard this before over and over again, that the gut microbiome is often referred to as our second brain for its significant impact on our mood and mental health. You know, to support a healthy gut microbiome, we really need to incorporate a diverse range of probiotics and prebiotics in our diet. You know, research suggests that dietary patterns can actually influence up to 57% of the gut microbiota's composition. So probiotics, these are nutrients that actually feed the microbiome. And they come into play because they're a key role in enhancing our gut health by reinforcing the gut barrier and actually modulating our immune system. The application of utilizing probiotics, and we'll talk about that in a minute, have actually been linked to a reduction in depression. And that's possibly through the production of vitamin D and short-chain fatty acids. And it also, in turn with that, reduces inflammation. Certain probiotic strains impact our neural circuits, suppressing the activity of the stress response HPA axis. Even it's been found that some probiotics generate neurotransmitters within the gut itself, which influence the brain function and mood. So what are all these probiotics? Well, foods rich in fiber, such as fruits, vegetables, whole grains, they feed the beneficial bacteria in our gut. Fermented foods like yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut introduce these beneficial probiotics and help promote a balanced microbiome. So the first one was to really keep in mind what we're feeding our gut. The second self-care practice for your mindset reset is nourishing the mind with what we eat. You've heard it before that diet is the very fuel that powers both our mind and body. The food we consume actually can be our greatest medicine or our slowest poison, because the brain's a major beneficiary of the body's nutrient absorption, and it relies on these nutrients for its health and functionality. Critical processes such as regeneration, neuroplasticity, even maintaining a robust antioxidant defense are really contingent upon that steady flow of nutrients that we feed our brain. You know, incorporating supplements like EPA, DHA, found in oils, and foods, of course, like flax seeds, magnesium, folate, vitamin E, vitamin D. All of these are advocated for potential alleviating severe depression symptoms and diminishing our neuroinflammation. So when we consider a diet, we want to have a diet that's rich in these nutrients because we want to support brain function. Again, we want to stabilize mood. We need energy to tackle all these life challenges that are upon us. So integrating foods known for their anti-inflammatory properties, as I just mentioned, again, the omega-3 fatty acids found in walnuts, flax seeds, fatty fish, can actually enhance our cognitive function and mood. So it's not just about what we eat, but when and how we eat also. Keep that in mind. Eating habits can transform our relationship with food and actually, by extension, ourselves. The third self-care practice for a mindset reset is the vitality of movement. Movement isn't just about keeping our bodies fit, although that's very important. It's also a powerful antidote to stress, anxiety, depression, and regular physical activity releases endorphins, our body's natural mood elevators. Whether it's a walk, yoga, or dance class, finding a form of exercise is crucial, and we must enjoy it, because it's not so much about the intensity or duration, but the consistency, and I'm saying here, joy. Making movement a regular part of our routine is actually the foundation stone of building a resilient, uplifted mindset. Remember, keep in mind that exercise does indeed play a pivotal role in resetting your mindset due to its profound effects on the brain and mental health. Let me give you some ideas of how exercise specifically aids in a mindset reset. The most immediate result is, for a mental boost, is actually releasing the endorphins. Physical activity triggers the release of endorphins, and these are often referred to as the body's natural mood lifters. And they actually act as natural painkillers, mood elevators, even giving us a feeling of euphoria and an overall sense of well-being. Immediate, also, we see a reduced stress. Exercise reduces the levels of the body's stress hormones, such as adrenaline and cortisol. So that's when people come to me and they say, well, I'm stressed. I just can't sit down and meditate. I always say, go for a walk or climb some stairs. Remove the circulating adrenaline and cortisol that's in the bloodstream. So you want to metabolize that first before you try to do a relaxation practice. Keep that in mind. Also, exercise enhances brain function. We know that because it improves cognitive function and memory. And it increases our heart rate, which promotes more blood flow and has, in essence, also oxygen to the brain. And we get better brain performance. But exercise also has long-term mental health benefits. It improves sleep because it can actually help regulate your circadian rhythm, promoting more daytime alertness, and bring on a more relaxed sleep at night. It helps to build resistance. Building resistance against stressors. We become stronger. Once our bodies start feeling better and feeling strong, we don't get affected by the same stressors. Keep that in mind. The body and mind are one. So if the body is starting to fail, you're going to create more anxiety. And it becomes a spiral effect. Also, a long-term effect, which I've already talked about within these others, is boosting our self-esteem. When we actively exercise, and we do it in a continual way, it does help boost our sense of achievement and self-esteem. And it's a positive feedback loop, which gives us an optimistic look on life. People always say, how long do I have to exercise? I would say 30 minutes on most days a week. When I work with women who are in midlife, that's really my focus here. I usually divide it into 2 sessions because then it deals with when we talk about insulin resistance and the belly fat, et cetera, et cetera. When we just did our class, we talked about that. You have to be able to really know how to modify certain things for the changes and the challenges that we have in life. The fourth self-care practice for a mindset reset is quality of sleep. Sleep plays actually a crucial role in our cognitive function and our emotional regulation. So it contributes significantly to the process of a mindset reset. And from a neuroscientific perspective, adequate sleep facilitates a multitude of brain processes that actually underpin mental health, cognitive performance, and overall well-being. It also, we can say, it restores brain function. It's essential for restoration and strengthening of brain function. What happens is during sleep, particularly in the rapid eye movement phase of sleep, the brain undergoes a process that consolidates our memories, enhancing learning, and processes information. So it's very critical that we get restful sleep. It also regulates emotions and aids in stress reduction. There's a scientific studies and research does establish a link between sleep and emotional regulation. Sleep also helps detoxify the brain. Our lymphatic system is much more active during sleep, and it plays a pivotal role in clearing the brain of toxins and metabolic wastes. So it actually helps by removing potential neurotoxic substances that will actually affect our mood and cognitive performance. So it really contributes to that refreshed, reset mindset. Sleep also supports neuroplasticity and learning. Neuroplasticity, remember, is the brain's ability to reorganize itself and form new neural connections. So sleep helps with all of that. It facilitates the strengthening of neural pathways that underlie learning, memory. It just allows us to just take on life a little bit differently. And we all know what sleep deprivation creates. I mean, it just does. I've experienced it myself, and I'm sure all of you have too. Sleep also contributes to the regulation of neurotransmitter balance, including serotonin, dopamine, noradrenaline. And these are essential for mood regulation and cognitive function. So we want to be consistent with our quality of sleep. And we have a whole sleep formula that really helps with that. Like I tell people, disengage from social media. Rinse your feet at night before you go to bed. Let your mind start to rest. Remember, the brain is not the mind. The mind needs to rest so that you can train yourself to go inward and have a restful sleep. The next self-care practice, which is number 5 for a mindset reset, is cultivating a sense of calm. Stress reduction practices are fundamental components of resetting our mindset. And, in a time right now where in constant connectivity and pervasive stressors, and the ability to consciously engage in techniques that mitigate stress is actually invaluable. And the first is diaphragmatic breathing. And I sound like a broken record sometimes, but breathing is the key to fundamental mind-body balance. And diaphragmatic breathing is the key. It's a technique that focuses on full engagement of the diaphragmatic muscle during breathing. And it's shown to trigger a relaxation response by vagal stimulation. So when we slow the breath, engage diaphragmatic breathing, it helps to lower our heart rate, our blood pressure, and reduces overall stress levels. So engaging in this practice daily, even for short periods, can significantly aid in managing stress and anxiety. The second is relaxation techniques. Relaxation techniques, diaphragmatic breathing helps with that, but relaxation, we'll just say cultivating a sense of calm. Once we learn diaphragmatic breathing, we can get into a relaxation technique, which is a learned response. Many people say to me, relax, relax, relax to others. How do you relax? Well, it's a training. It's a training going from head to toe to head, and using the breath. These practices enhance sleep quality and mood, which we discussed before. And it also regulates our cortisol levels. And the third way to remain calm, or to actually go deeper than being calm, is meditation. It has a profound impact on our mental health. It shifts, that's why we call it the meditative shift. It shifts the perspective. We go inward, we bring our mind home, we bring our mind to ourselves. Our mind's not hijacked anymore. And you'll find that you'll learn the skill of not losing your energy. You don't have holes leaking your energy because you learn to attend to your mind. And when we shift in that direction through relaxation, and breathing and relaxation actually shift you into a meditative shift, which can happen spontaneously. And it actually will help you improve your intention, concentration, and overall psychological well-being. The key is to incorporate these stress reduction techniques into a daily routine. Dedicating at least a minimum of 9 minutes a day, because that'll help you create a foundation for significant improvements in mental health. Very, very important. And you actually develop a personal toolkit for managing stress, and you become more resilient. You could also engage in these practices as part of a group, join sessions. I know that in our organization here, I conduct 2 a month right now because that's what people are asking for, where we get online, we do an hour together, no matter what your level of ability is. We bring people in new and then they get brought on earlier before we start the session. You can always check out our website to find out if that's of interest to you or find something within your own community. And number 6 is the self-care practice to support that mindset reset. It sums everything up. It's that power of connection. That's why we do the group sessions with meditation. There is something about a social connection that is a fundamental aspect of a human well-being, and it's deeply rooted in our evolutionary history. So that's why I said number 6 is really the power of connection. Not connecting to our iPhones or social media, but really connecting to social human beings. That intricate, or I should say intrinsic, need for connection reflects in so many ways and relationships that really does indeed impact our mental health and overall well-being. That psychological impact of social connection is so profound. It reinforces our being a human being with our mirror neurons, seeing each other, connecting. That's why so many people during COVID went out and got pets, 4-leggeds. Everyone wants to connect. These positive social interactions lead to increased levels of oxytocin, which is often referred to as the love hormone. It promotes feelings of trust, empathy, and bonding. So keep that in mind. We also feel with connection joy and belonging. We love to feel like we belong to other people and friends. It's part of our community. It's that sense of belonging. It's integral to our identity as well as our self-esteem. Also, by connecting, we have purpose and contribution. Many people, even as we get older, I can say, we want to have purpose and contribution. That's why we live, for purpose and contribution, not to be isolated alone all by ourselves. That sense of purpose is closely linked to mental health, and it also leads to resilience, lower rates of depression, and even a longer lifespan. And it helps us cultivate healthy relationships. We like to be with people, and we need healthy relationships, forming new connections, investing time in our existing relationships, and forming new ones. Remember, prioritizing relationships that are supportive, uplifting, and reciprocal can enhance our mental health foundation. So, concluding all of this, we're saying that social connections are not just peripheral aspect of our lives, they're central to our mental health and self-care. They're essential for self-care. So as we wrap up today's episode, let's reflect on some key points I've covered: the connection between the brain and the gut, the impact of diet, the vitality brought by exercise, the restoration that comes with quality of sleep, the calm, cultivated mindset we get through stress reduction practices, and the power of social connections. These lifestyle habits are keystones of a successful self-care mindset reset. That's why I say it's essential, because they interweave to support not just our physical health, but our mental and emotional well-being, actually guiding us towards a more fulfilled, balanced, and joyful life. Remember, it's about taking small, manageable steps towards integrating these habits into our life. We have to be patient with ourselves because transformation is a journey, not a race. And as I always say, I'm here to support you every step of the way. Thank you for joining me on The Meditative Shift. And until next time, take care and remember, the power to transform your life lies within you. If you found today's episode of any value, please subscribe to our podcast on YouTube, leave a review, share it with someone who might benefit from joining us on this journey. And stay tuned for more insights and inspiration on The Meditative Shift. And as I say, until next time, take care and remember, again, the power to transform your life lies within you.